Hi guys, welcome back to the Tech Chat. Now, Sony has unveiled 3 new smartphones at this year's Mobile World Congress in Barcelona, the Xperia X, XP and XA. It's a bit confusing though, since for the past 3 years, we've come to expect Sony to unveil a new Xperia Z series phone. But this year, there's no Z6, there's no Z6 Compact. They've completely rebranded their new phones as the Xperia X series. So the 3 new phones are due out this summer, but pricing is still to be confirmed. Basically though, the Xperia XP, where the P stands for performance, is the top dog. It's the new flagship, which sports a 5-inch 1080p display, a quad-core Snapdragon 820 chip, 3 gigs of RAM, a 23 megapixel rear and 13 megapixel front camera. It's also water and dust resistant. The next tier down is the Xperia X phone, which looks nearly identical to the XP with the same display size, resolution, RAM and cameras. The main difference though is it uses a pretty mid-range hexa-core Snapdragon 650 chip and doesn't have the same water and dust resistance. Both the Xperia X and XP phones feature a fingerprint reader built into the power button and have an all-new metal build replacing the glass on previous Xperia Z phones. However, aside from that, very little has actually changed in terms of style. They are reasonably comfortable to use and hold thanks to the rounded corners, but the thick bezels and lack of design innovation means neither are particularly exciting compared to strong competition from the likes of the Galaxy S7 and LG G5. In my opinion though, the most exciting of the 3 new Xperia phones is the entry-level Xperia XA. On paper, there's not a whole lot to talk about. It features a 5-inch 720p display, 2GB of RAM, a 13 megapixel rear camera, 8 megapixel front, and uses an octa-core MediaTek MT6755 chip. Not very exciting and pretty basic, but unlike the higher-end X and XP phones, the XA looks a lot nicer and is actually more comfortable to hold thanks to having almost no side bezels. The thinner bezels makes the phone look taller and actually quite a bit sleeker, even though it's made of plastic rather than metal. This also means the XA is actually a fair bit lighter at 137 grams compared to 153 and 164 for the X and the XP respectively. I kinda wish Sony had carried this design over to the X and the XP, as they look a little bit dated side by side with the XA. So the XP is the most powerful, the XA has the nicest design, and the X is sort of in a no man's land. It's pretty much the same as the XP, but with a slower processor and no water or dust resistance. All 3 phones do run the latest Android 6 Marshmallow software, and even though there is a significant spec difference between them, they all felt pretty fast and responsive during my hands-on test, which is a credit to the software and means unless you really care about having the fastest phone or want to run the absolute latest graphically intensive games, even the XA will be capable enough for most users. In fact, the only area I actually saw a noticeable difference was during a boot speed test, where the XA took a fair few seconds longer than the XP to boot. Something I actually found quite interesting is how the entry-level XA uses an octa-core chip, the mid-range X uses a hexa-core chip, and the top-end XP actually uses just a quad-core chip. It looks like the multi-core processor race where every company was fighting to put the most cores in their smartphones has somehow reversed in 2016. It's worth noting though that in terms of storage, the X and the XP have a healthy 32GB of built-in storage for the single SIM model and 64GB for the dual SIM model, whereas the XA only has 16GB built in and is only offered in a single SIM variant as well. But the good news is that they all support expandable memory up to 200GB in capacity. One of the areas the Sony Z series had been previously known for is their fantastic battery performance, and the good news is that Sony says their new X phones will also offer a similar 2-day battery life, which we come to expect from the Z series. The XA actually has the smallest battery of the 3 by quite some distance in terms of capacity at just 2300 milliamperes, but the fact that it uses a lower 720p resolution should mean the display is drawing less power, so it may actually even out. Android 6 Marshmallow also makes some big improvements in terms of battery as well, with better app optimizations and features like Doze, which significantly improves standby life battery. I had a quick go of the cameras on all 3 devices, but I was warned by the Sony reps that they were still using beta software, and I did notice a few bugs with the shutter button not opening the camera app and some slowdowns taking multiple pictures, but they did warn me of this, so it's not fair to judge the quality of the cameras just yet until I get a final review sample. Having spent some time hands-on with the 3 new Sony Xperia X devices, I've come away not particularly excited. Last year, the Z5 Premium offered a 4K display, which, while most people agree, me included, was a bit pointless, at least they were pushing their boat out and trying to innovate. There's lots of hype around the LG G5 and the Galaxy S7, but the new Sony phones haven't really had the same impact. They're nice to use, and I think the XA and the XP are going to be the most popular, but none of the 3 devices are really making me want to rush out and pre-order them. But what do you think? Do you think Sony's done enough to stay competitive in 2016? Would you buy one of the new Xperia X phones over, say, the Galaxy S7 or G5? Let me know what you think in the comments below. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Please do like and subscribe if you enjoy my videos, and I'll see you again right here on the Tech Chat.